All right, hello, everybody. Yo, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to DangIT Prodcast. This episode of, you know what? That's what I was missing. You know, I was going through, make sure everything was like the heading title was there and everything like that. I totally forgot about DangIT Prodcast episode number something something. The title, my fault. It should be 482 of DangIT Podcast. I'm going to go ahead and just do a quick update on that one. As you can see, I'm here running the show just solo for now. I think Phil might actually be jumping in as well, but I kind of expected him to not really be available due to big celebrations going on for Saturday today. So, I mean, for me, if he wasn't going to show up, or anyone else for that matter, because it is Thanksgiving, like, holiday week, weekend of it, totally understandable, right? Having said that, though, I wanted to make sure I would just not try to, like, miss a week. Typically, I would only want to skip, like, podcasts if it was just something I couldn't like follow through with and I was just really busy. But given the time frame of everything, I'm pretty much free like during this like little pocket of time. So yeah, why not, right? I actually have a lot to talk about too, as far as like what's been going on this past whole week, because for me, Thanksgiving like holiday was like the entire thing. I was able to request Monday and Tuesday off. I was able to get obviously my typical Friday off, as well as topple that on top of Thanksgiving and Black Friday. So it was really good. I'm gonna check messages right now because I'm just checking here right now. I'm just gonna go ahead and check in on them. But yeah, I was still trying to update that title, by the by. 42. 42 of DangIT Podcast. Welcome back, everybody. If I had not said that already, updating things. But just checking in with Phil right now. It looks like he actually wants to jump in on this one. This is gonna be good. We've honestly, there was a good time frame like between now and actual Thanksgiving evening where no one just said anything. So I feel like for our group, we typically just discuss things like on the daily basis, whether it just be like something that shows up on the news or something of interest that like pops up for us individually. We would usually like bring that up, but understandably, we've just been spending time with family more than likely, and so we have not really been like reaching out to each other. So, but yeah, Phil looks like he's ready for a call, so I'll go ahead and jump in on that one. I missed the call. I don't understand why I miss those. But yeah, let me check in. Yo,
Made it.
sorry, Phil. I don't understand to this day, why I don't get notifications on like Discord.
I feel that. That happens.
Yeah.
Are we
So
live?
yes, we are.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
Good thing I didn't say anything that'll.
Sup? Whoa, wait,
No.
hey.
Well, anyways.
Hey.
Hi. How you doing?
Good, Phil. How are you doing? Here, let me just get
I've
everything
been
set
doing
up here.
good. I just got back from dropping my in-laws off at the airport.
Oh, yes. And then of course you have to like start prepping. I figured that you wouldn't really be available because you'd just be like from jump you would just be like busy
Prepping for another Friendsgiving today, and that's true. However, the way we set everything up is once all the family left, which they're gone, it's just a matter of pulling everything out. That's it.
Oh, okay. I got
Everything's actually already ready to go. I've got Rock Band behind me, ready to go. Tested. Everything's set. I'm just gonna plug it in, and then this will be the Rock Band area, and we got the tables in the living room already, or dining room, and then yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
It's good. We're good to go.
Yeah. When do folks usually stop by?
5.
5. Okay.
5 dinners at probably maybe today like 6:30, something like that. You know.
You guys need anything as far as like guests bringing in like food and whatnot?
Are you showing up?
Well, I mean, I guess I didn't really get the invite, so I'm just kind of like
No,
asking
no, no.
permission.
I
Okay,
gave
okay.
you
I
the invite.
understand. You don't have to worry about me.
I gave you the invite. Remember?
Oh, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
I just kind of walked into that. I know.
It's been a while.
But yeah, no, like I'd be
Oh,
100% down. I'm just
all right.
in festivity moves like 100% all the time.
Nice, nice. I'll let you know after the podcast what to bring and stuff.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how's your week been, Phil?
It's been pretty good actually. I only worked 2 days this week when I
Hell
was
yeah.
planning to only work
Let's
three.
go.
But in my warehouse, everything kind of died down fast on Tuesday. So they were like, "Hey, Phil, you got first dibs. Do you want Wednesday or Monday off? You get one." And I'm like, "Well, I can spend more time with family if I'm here on Wednesday, but then I can also say, I don't really care and then do Monday. I'll
Mm,
just take Wednesday." So I've been off since Wednesday. I'm off till tomorrow, and then I go back on Monday. And I don't even think it's gonna be a full shift Monday. So
mm. Nice, nice, nice.
other than that, I did have the family over. Had my niece and nephew. They're my god kids. So
Oh, okay.
we were was playing with my goddaughter, and we finished Super Mario RPG together.
Nice.
So I beat it. It's done.
Nice. How'd that go? As far as like the entire experience.
Amazing. I think that anybody who hasn't played Mario RPG should at least give it a shot, give it a try. It's fun. It is a 100% remake. Like it's a replacement essentially. You don't need the original anymore, honestly. I mean, I wish they would still put the original on like maybe NSO or something, just to have it.
Just to have it.
But this is like complete replacement. Like it's 100% like everything's one for one. You're getting the full Mario RPG experience. Plus, I'm on post game, which is new. There's
Oh,
actual new content.
yes,
In
I
the
heard about
form
that.
of the. Here's the thing they didn't tell you in the trailers. A little bit of a spoiler, not like story wise. Um, they said you can replay the bosses in like a harder difficulty. Okay, that's technically true,
Mm.
but they didn't tell me that there was like a story for playing the bosses. Like there's an actual like post game, like, oh hey Mario, you should go here. Hey,
Mm.
these are new like wishes. We should like destroy these. Like these are all bad wishes.
Oh.
And I fought one. He was one shotting me every time. It's
Oh
pretty
my
fun.
god.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I have to fight like I think 4 more, and then I get the true secret final boss, which is I actually found out what it is. Unfortunately, it's spoiled for me, but I think that is the coolest thing to do in this game is to
Hmm.
finish a side story that existed in the original but never got finished.
Oh, so that's just kind of
It
outright like that's something that they did previously, or at least had conceptually, but just never fall through with it because of just
Yeah.
limitations. So,
Yeah,
all right, all right,
it's
all right.
super funny. It's actually really funny, and I'm really scared to fight them. But
Hmm.
we'll get there. All of my characters are max level. Everybody's ready to go.
What is the
Um,
max level?
30.
Okay. So I'm coming off of Thousand Year Door max level. Well, actually, that's not
Ma-
max level. That's just like where I'm at when I finish the game. But yeah,
yeah, max level for Paper Mario in general is like what 100 or 99?
yeah, it's a little bit
I think so.
unnecessary, but yeah.
Well, this one has like legitimate XP points. So it's like um every time you level up, it takes longer to level up, right? On Paper
Yeah,
Mario,
yeah.
it's always 100 star points next level.
Fair, fair.
Yeah. So you reach the 100 faster. Technically, it's like the same like time frame. It did take me about 18 hours total.
That's
Just
post
just
game
beat
or
the
just
game.
as a whole. Okay.
No, as a whole, I'm doing post game now. I'll let you know time frame wise how that turns out. But
Okay.
I
Okay.
did I did fight the infamous Culex.
Hmm.
I fought the infamous Culex fight, the Final Fantasy like
Oh,
reference
that
fight.
that guy. Okay. Yeah.
And it was fun. It was fun.
Oh,
He's
okay.
actually kind of a pushover once you clear the crystals. Like he has the 4 crystals, right? And they're always spamming magic.
Mm.
And so you just have to hope to God get rid of those crystals first, and then he's just whatever. He's so
yeah,
easy.
like oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, he just takes it at this point.
Gotcha. Was that kind of like was that kind of the main focus, Mario RPG for the whole week?
Oh yeah, actually,
Nice.
I've been trying to just beat it. Well, I wanted to play Spider-Man 2. And while my goddaughter is a big Spider-Man fan, I don't think I should be playing Spider-Man 2 in front of a 3-year-old. So even though it's rated T, it's not like it's gonna be super crazy, but it's
You got Bully Lowenthal.
yeah. I got like the parts that could be a little too scary for her age.
Gotcha.
Although Mario RPG towards the end gets a little creepy, I ain't gonna lie.
Really?
She was a little scared of the last boss, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, dude. I haven't jumped in, but I can't wait to actually like finally have that experience.
Yeah, I wanted Mario RPG remake under my belt because I gotta start making that top 10 soon.
Oh yeah.
I gotta start making the top 10 for our game of the year podcast. It's just
have we discussed when exactly in December we want to like cover that within that time frame of I guess post Game Awards?
I think maybe we can discuss it when we're watching the Game Awards. See where we go from there.
Okay.
Because we got to see dates. We got to see where and see if Anaya will actually join us this year.
Oh yeah.
I want to hear him tell me Lies of P's #1 and why I should tell him it's wrong.
I want him to prepare like a whole speech about why it deserves all the credit that it deserves and then some, and I want to shoot it down immediately.
Immediately. And I want to tell him my Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game. No,
whoa.
No, I don't even hate Resident Evil 4. I love that game, but I'm just saying, yeah, we got to get that prepped.
Gotcha.
Because spoilers, I don't think any of us
in that
group. I don't think any of us in that group is going to choose Baldur's Gate 3 this year.
Yeah, and you know, it's funny because the other week when I was I did a TikTok about it was really cool because the Game Awards had like this cool filter where you can like tilt your head like left to right to determine where you placed your guys like in a bracket, and people were giving me some flack for voting for Mario 2D Mario over Baldur's Gate 3, but that's just given my experience. But I kind of understand that, even though I don't have any experience with Baldur's Gate 3.
Yeah, like I know Baldur's Gate 3 is the better game. I understand that. I have to play it for me to say, yeah, it really is. Like I get why I would put it.
Right. It's hard because, there's a lot of games, and that's just one of those that's like, I don't know, within the entire pool, like I'm always interested in that, and Baldur's Gate 3 would be like the first within this franchise I'd be actually into or even trying out.
Yep. I'm ready for that podcast. It's gonna be fun. I always that's like my favorite one to do every year. So
yeah, it's gonna be nerve-wracking to like get down to it, and I need to like complete my whole spreadsheet of like all games I've accrued up to date as well as things I may have cleared out, and just see how much I've done within this year. And that's gonna be like, I'm afraid it's gonna be so minimal, but yeah, when
I also have to update my sheet. Now that I beat Mario RPG, I got to put that on the list.
Yeah. I'll usually just like mark down the date in which like it's been cleared, and usually like if it's within this year, then I can actually like add that to a separate little sheet.
I need to talk about Pikmin 4 eventually. I don't know if it's going in top 10 or not yet. We haven't beaten it. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
But I think I played enough to know to talk about it. Yeah. So I need to add that kind of stuff too. And I got to make sure Suika Game is #1.
I was gonna say, like, for me, honorable mention, even though I've never played it, even though I could totally like just put down like just a couple dollars for it. It's like, yeah,
not even. It's gold points. Like
it's gold points.
It's just I got it for $1 because I was just like, well, I have 300 gold points. I might as well.
Okay.
My God.
But yeah, I feel like depending on the game, obviously, like you've played like a fair amount of it. I feel like you have like validation on where you can place it. I guess you would just say that like I haven't beaten it, but I played like a fair amount to really get like a good idea of like what the game's all about, story wise, like how it wraps up the pacing of it. So I think that's valid enough.
And
Yeah.
then I got a limited run delivery in as well
Oh, cool.
this week. Just one, just one. I got like I still haven't told Katrina, but I got like 6 coming in. I don't want to tell her.
You just want to wait for like the waning hours of the night when she's like
Well,
gotten
okay.
into a
It's
couple of bottles, and you'd be like, okay, so I'm gonna sit down. I'm
look,
gonna tell you, just
there's
real
not a
passive, really quick. Like I got 16 for the limited
there's not an issue with that. The problem is they're all coming in at once.
Oh,
That's the problem.
mm.
I think it's a total of 21 Switch games, but
Oh, I mean,
I, I
yeah.
they're gonna come in before the end of the year at least, and that's Anyways, I did get at least 2 in. At least 2 in.
Okay,
I got
I did. I have pickups as well. It's a big pile of them. In addition, and that's not even talking about like this,
oh
like the Steam games from Steam
oh
sale.
you took advantage of sales. I could not this year.
Mm.
I took advantage of sales for Christmas gifts.
Ah, fair.
Yeah, but I got. Let's see. Let's do this one.
All right.
Uh, Tales from Space: Mutant Blobs Attack. I know, hell of a title, but
Never heard of that Tales of game.
Tales from Space.
Okay.
No, it's actually the first game created by Drinkbox Studios, who created Guacamelee. If you've ever heard of that game,
Yeah.
yeah. They also I also have pre-ordered through limited run from them. The other games they made, Severed, and what's the other one? Nobody Saves the World.
I heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a fun one. Apparently the Vita community loves this game. This is like a really big game on the Vita. So I'm really excited to try this one out. It's a puzzle platformer.
Cool.
And then the other one is a actually published by Limited Run, but developed by a studio called Monster Bath Games. This is Death Wish Enforcers. It is a you ever played Sunset Riders?
No, I don't think so.
Konami Sunset Riders is fantastic. It's a really good arcade game. It's essentially a 2D side-scrolling shooter. Like you're running up. You think Contra, but not Contra. It's very much slower than Contra, but it's got this really cool like Wild West theme. It's 4 players. Like you're always running around together. It runs on the same engine as TMNT.
Oh,
the arcade
okay.
game.
Yeah.
So it kind of has that look, even though it's not any property. I'm sure you've seen the meme where you kill the first boss and he falls to the floor and he's just like, bury me with my money.
Maybe that does sound familiar.
It's very good. Yeah, if you want, it's actually on the Switch Arcade Archives.
Oh.
It is on the Switch. I immediately bought it. I immediately bought it when I saw it went up. I was like, that's a good game. And that's actually, I think, the first time the arcade version's ever been put to home. So very, very nice. This is kind of like a spiritual successor. It actually is in that style.
Gotcha.
It plays kind of like Sunset Riders. 7 levels of arcade shooting mayhem. You get to choose from 4 different characters that all have their own unique abilities. The only difference, and this is what gets this game, it's very, very rated M. Very. Sunset Riders is not rated M. That's a rated E game at least, or maybe T. This one definitely goes for that B movie style. You ever seen Planet Terror or Death
heard
Proof?
of it.
Like the Grindhouse movies?
I've heard of them,
Quentin Tarantino. Yeah. Like it kind of goes for that kind of style where it's like, or better yet, House of the Dead Overkill. It's that kind of B movie style where it's like, strip clubs and nighttime clubs and all this other like crazy things going on, guns, police, like it's all over the place. I'm excited to run through this once. It's only 7 levels, so it's not going to be long. But I feel like we should play this like one day. I don't know if we can record this one though. due to the sensitive subjects in the game.
Oh, you know what? Just like word of mouth, I think that would be fine.
Yeah. Well, I gotta play it to see if it's at least good. But I heard it's
Oh,
fun.
okay.
I heard it was fun. So that's all I've got. I've got a lot more games coming in. I got one of the packages out with my Radiant Silver Gun finally.
Ooh.
So that'll be one of my Switch gems
To add
but
to the
Justin,
collection. Oh boy. Are we going? Oh,
the
so
stage is yours, kid.
I got not just physicals. I could talk about some Steam games. I could also talk about some video game hardware that I have as well.
Oh,
Mm.
buddy.
Oh boy. Sorry, I was trying to like look at Sunset Riders.
Is it what I think it is?
Yes.
Oh, you looked up Sunset Riders?
I was looking it up real quick.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You see it and you're like, oh, I've seen this game.
So
yeah.
I have. Okay, so this is one of those things where it's like it was such a bad decision, but Black Friday sales immediately like kind of like turn off all barriers as far as like, you know, just do it. But it ends up costing a lot for what you're trying to save. Let's start with this one. We got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection. You were we were playing it the other week, and honestly, that sold me. I was like, you know what? I think I really should.
It's
a
fantastic
crazy collection.
Every single one of Konami's TMNT games up until the 16-bit generation.
It's just like really good because it really is all of them, as well as just like a lot of cool like snippets. Who are the folks?
Digital Eclipse.
Digital Eclipse. Okay, I was gonna say like yeah, they do just good work when it comes to just cataloging things as well as adding extra bits here and there. It's very nice.
Yeah, they're you know what? Digital Eclipse is actually ready to announce their second Goldmaster game. I'm really excited to see what that is.
Oh, okay.
Their first one's the making of Karateka, so I'm excited to see what
Okay.
they take, and then like they're gonna make essentially a documentary, an interactive documentary, like being able to play the game while they're talking about it. Like, so they're ready to announce it on the Game Awards.
Oh, that's sick. Speaking
like, that's
of,
cool.
I also have the Atari 50th celebration. This is you know, it's one of those things where like if you want to just dive into the history of like these games, like having them in like a nice clean collection is definitely worth it. So
Atari 50 is like the gold standard now for like retro collections. Like it's not like simple in simple terms. Yeah, it is just a collection of Atari games. You can literally just play the games if you'd like. But that's not the point of the collection. The point of the collection is you're actually getting to see history in an interactive way. It's not just like a little bit of snippets here and there. It's like legitimate like documents, interviews, like production like sets, like how everything was made. And then if you're like curious to even check out the game, it's right there on the spot. You can just play it. Arcade, you got arcade Atari, you got 2600 Atari, 5200, 7800, Atari Jaguar, Atari Lynx, Atari ST stuff. Like it is essentially covers the history of Atari.
I think
up until the very end.
And you know, talking about like this history of like these games, like when these things kind of pop up, it's kind of recommended that you just go for it if you had any general interest in like the history of some of these like older classic games. So for sure. Let me just check here with Ibrahim, by the way. Just a little quick break here. Builders are fixing my roof of the house because the rained water was coming through the ceiling. Ooh, that's rough.
I know that feeling. It happened to me when I first bought this house.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, the water went through the roof and in through the fan, so it was just dripping through the fan.
Oh geez.
Fun. Fun. I
no.
understand.
Oh no. Oh.
I was also going to say, and the Switch version of Atari 50 is cool. You can actually, depending on which console you buy it for, I think the Xbox is the most limited because of the controller. But for Switch, you can use the touchpad on certain games. So you can play say Breakout, right? It's a paddle game that you play it. It's essentially it's the first original brick busting game. You can use your finger to swipe left and right instead of it being the controller. So it's actually a little bit more accurate.
Oh, that's cool.
Same with the PlayStation versions. PlayStation versions uses the touchpad, so you can just.
That's sick. You know, maybe the Xbox just needs to adopt that, into their controllers at that point. But here, I got two other ones that are ones I never really heard of before, but I just saw some screenshots as well as their deal, and I was like, I'll go and jump in on this one. This one's called Moon Scars. You can see Humble Bundles games like printed on this
Ooh,
one. I was looking at the background. I love the art style on this one. I'm not entirely sure if this is like a Metroidvania esque type of thing, or maybe
I
it maybe seems a little bit more akin to like Blasphemous, maybe.
I think it is a Metroidvania. I think it might be a Metroidvania.
Hmm.
I've seen that game before. I do like the art. I don't remember why I never like looked into it. I
Hmm.
don't remember.
But yeah, no, I'm very curious about this one. The other one is called Elderon. I like that cover.
Okay, that one you've got me. I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. I think this one's for sure a Metroidvania as well. Uh, cool art style on this one. It's another 2D like platformer otherwise. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm just really curious about that one.
I find
Graffiti
it.
Games right here as well as let me
Oh,
see.
they did
And
Blue
Mantra.
Fire.
Yeah,
They did
okay.
Blue Fire. Yeah.
Cool, cool. And this one I actually know about because it was on Game Pass and I did it like a while back when I was like out on a little vacation. It's called Ghost Song.
See, okay, I have heard of that one, and that
Hmm.
one looks really cool. I let me know if the Switch port is good. I would love to.
Yeah,
I'd love to
yeah,
get a physical copy of that.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, this one's definitely give me the Metroid vibes just because of the setting and how the atmosphere just kind of starts out. So I was totally down with it when I was playing it. Like honestly, through like cloud gaming on Xbox, so I was like, I got to try it out for the first time. I was like, this is actually pretty sick. I'd like to follow
Hell
the story a
yeah!
little bit more. So for sure. And then you're gonna like this one. We got
Mm-hmm.
Dokapon Kingdom.
Let's go!
Man,
That's what I'm talking about. I needed to
we
pick that up.
we need to like find a day to like play through
Oh
this.
my god! Like, okay, I wanted to pick it up. It went on sale the other day on Amazon, and it was immediately gone when before I could put
Oh,
hit.
really?
Yep, $40. How much did you pay? 40.
I think so. I think it was 40.
That's yeah. That's a good price, especially since the Wii game is like $300.
Oh my
But
god.
I mean, I have the Wii version. We could always play that. But I want to play it in HD on a
Hmm.
Switch, where like it's the party console, like right. It's always the one we always use for multiplayer things,
Hmm.
whether it's recording for multiplayer games, whether it's parties. That's a fun one. You have to have the right set of friends for that one.
Really?
Well, you have to have a group of four. It's up to four players
Hmm.
that are willing to play essentially an RPG in a day. Because that's
Whoa.
basically what it is. It's a Mario Party RPG.
Mario Party RPG.
Yeah, there are
That's
there are
wild.
turn-based. There's turn-based combat.
Oh.
There's experience points. There's buying armor, weapons. There's all the it's random encounters. It's all there. It's just laid out like Mario Party, and then we can also screw each other over. And yeah, there's like one main goal we're all working towards.
Uh-huh.
But
Along the
it
way
could
it's just
take
like, yeah.
yeah, it's like you can take the whole day. You can take weeks if you're really good. And
Hmm.
we're just continuing playing. Yeah.
Gotcha, gotcha. Couple more here. Similar to what was it? Infinity Trigger? Silent Hope. This whole thing, like all packaged with like the game, an art book, soundtrack. This is sick. I heard about it and it kind of gave, it honestly gave me Dragalia Lost vibes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
Yeah.
that's unfortunately one of those games that got discontinued. It was like taking off servers and everything like that. But
Is that developed by Furyu? Furyu?
let's see.
Furyu?
It doesn't say anything from them. It just says,
Marvelous.
marvelous. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, this is to give some context. Yeah, you're just playing as like it looks like 7 characters. You kind of go through like a dungeon crawling type of like scenario where you go like further down levels in order to like fight like the big bad, and you'll be coming back to like further like upgrade your characters and whatnot, and you just kind of go back down. It's kind of like that cycle, kind of like Hades in a way.
It looks cool. I want to play it.
Hmm.
I saw the trailer. Saw some reviews. It looks fun.
Yeah, no. So I'm glad I just have like one of those like big bulky masses as part of the collection. Another one in the collection is Dredge. This was the last
Oh
one for
my
me to pick up, but yeah, I've been hearing some
god.
really good things about this one.
You told me you picked it. This is one of the ones you actually told me you picked up. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I didn't even know that game had a physical copy.
Yeah, same
So
here. It's
I'm
like,
upset. I need that in my collection.
yeah, I thought it was just like a digital only type of thing. It was also available on Game Pass as well. I think. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I would like to say yes. I have to check.
Yeah, it was one of those interesting ones where I didn't really know exactly what to expect on this one. It kind of just looked like some kind of like boating management like type of game, but it was a little bit more than that. I heard that there was a little bit of like some horror aspects to it, so I was definitely really curious. And to find out it had like this deluxe edition as a physical, I was like,
It's
okay,
also it's also one of the games nominated for best indie this year.
yeah, it is part of the nominees.
So
So
once you told me that, I was like, wait a minute, do I have to actually try Dredge? Like I've heard of Dredge. I heard people loved it, but I didn't know it was like,
it was like
oh, okay,
that.
it was that good.
Mm. Yeah. So those are all the physical games. Actually, did I? Oh, it's down here. I got two Pacific hardware things. You're gonna like this one. So
Mm.
it was definitely like a toss up. I even made a whole Tanuki video based on like the struggles of like deciding when I wanted it. I still went with it anyway. We have here the Steam Deck OLED.
My God.
Here,
You
unfortunately,
crazy mother. You actually did it.
I'll have to probably like pull up like the list of games, but this is honestly it's pretty sick considering like how it's set up. So obviously this guy like runs on Linux. The way that's powered on and how things are arranged and presented, it really feels like the console experience like for Steam like users. ROG Ally's great, but it is really just a PC, and you have to kind of navigate through certain things and let things load up before you actually like start the game. So it'd be kind of inconvenient. But once you get this guy powered on, and the cool thing is that once you put it to sleep, it does feel like a switch in that way where like it just immediately like shuts off, and then you can just like start powering it on. So I like the approach like of being able to access your games like way faster, like as a handheld. The games I got through Steam sales like for this weekend, I still think it's still going on.
I was gonna say it. I'm sure there's a ton.
I got this whole Half-Life collection.
Yeah, you and me both, kid. I guess
Mm.
I'll mention that too. I did too. I picked it up.
Oh yes,
I don't
yeah.
think that was the Black Friday sale though. That was because of it's Half Life's 20th anniversary, 25th,
I yeah, actually. Yeah,
something
that
like that.
was it
Yeah,
was
so
like
they
that.
gave away Half Life One for free. Like you could just redeem it, and I have never played Half Life. It's one of those games where I've always wanted to because I've heard like, oh, it's one of the best. Like, it's a masterpiece essentially, right? Like
Mhm.
it's gaming history. You should play it, and it's like one of those games. And I'm like, wow, I really should. I want that under my belt. But when I looked into, I'm a console player, so when I looked into getting a console version, best I could do is PS2, and I think that version is like severely like cut in in a lot of ways, but it works. I never pulled the trigger on it, though because I was like, man, I kind of want the real experience. And now I can do it.
Ibrahim saying, "You traitor! I thought you were slow to Nintendo Switch." I was like, "Nah, dude. All platforms can catch these hands."
Oh my!
As in, I mean, as in holding their respective controllers and playing
I
on them.
I personally really do want a Steam Deck, especially the OLED one.
Mm.
Again, a console player, so for me like that, being able to hold PC games, I I want it. I want it bad.
It
It just I get to experience more games. That's what it is.
yeah. Honestly, I'll probably bring this and the other thing that I have here over as well. Let me see. Aside from the Half-Life collection, I also took the opportunity to get Mirror's Edge, Mirror's
Nice.
Edge Catalyst.
That's a fan. I've never played Catalyst. I need to know if that one's good, but I know
Yeah,
that the original is 10 out of 10. I love that game.
yeah. It was like what $2 to $3. I was like, oh yeah, because obviously there was a whole
Damn.
scare about it like being taken off for a little bit. I was like, oh yeah,
Yeah. I have a physical copy of it, but yes. Yes.
yeah. I mainly try to focus on games that I knew I wouldn't really be picking up like a physical copy, or at least it might be like a little difficult here and there.
I I think as much as I love physical copies, it's kind of hard to say no when the game's only $3, right?
This
Like
is also true.
it's like, damn. Well, I mean, how I look at it is if I can get it cheap, I can try it out, and if I really love it, I can go out of my way to get a physical copy.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I use Game Pass for.
Yeah, and I would like this one. I picked up Fury as well. I was like, yeah, dude.
That's a really good game. Yeah, I have that physically on Switch. Great
Yeah,
game.
yeah. I remember looking up the prices for Fury. I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm gonna
It
have this
was
copy on.
one of Limited Run's first games. Yeah, you're not getting
Yeah.
that anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. I also got a short hike. Um,
Oh my, oh dude, that game is so good.
yeah. Honestly, it gives me like Nintendo DS vibes just because of like the aesthetic. I was like, yeah, I kind of like
It
that.
actually kind of gives me a little bit of Zelda vibes, like with the
Really.
way it's like, yeah, the way it's like the perspective of it
Mm-hmm.
and the way you're just kind of exploring. Like, there's no real incentive to go on the path. You can just go off the beaten path. You
Mm-hmm.
just explore.
And then the last one that I picked up like on Steam was a game called Dark Deity. It's been on my wish list for a while, and I just was waiting for like I think a physical copy, but
All
you know it
right,
was on
Dark
sale.
Deity, is that a strategy game?
It is. It's kind
Okay,
of like your Fire Emblem.
okay. You know what?
I think they have a second
Fu-
one coming out too, so I'm not sure.
you know what? I have that pre-ordered through Limited Run.
Hmm.
It is a physical copy they did for Switch, and I have it pre-ordered. And I was a little weirded out because I was like, why are they charging 50 for this one? Ugh. But I'm a person who collects their numbered games, so I was like, oh, okay, well, I got to do it. Like,
You know, what? I totally forgot
um,
about it being on limited run, and I know
it's
like
gone now, but
yeah, it's gone now. So I'm like,
yeah.
you know, if it does like roll by and back again, then that'd be really cool. I guess I may have just missed that one. But that's kind of okay. This it's just been sitting there like on Steam for a little bit,
Hmm.
on my wish list for a long time, and I just never really like pulled the trigger because I think I was kind of thinking about a physical, but now I'm just kind of like about it.
It looks interesting. I mean, I'm not like everyone knows. I might be the Nintendo guy, but Fire Emblem was like low on the list for me.
Fair enough.
Um, but that doesn't mean I don't like tactical games. I love Final Fantasy Tactics,
Hmm.
so I'm curious. You know.
For sure. But yeah, well, once you're done with everything, if you don't want to really like do a full shutdown, you just press the power button and it'll just kind of like go into sleep mode and like that's just like the Switch.
All right, I need the answer. I need the only question I have, and you
Okay,
already know it's coming.
okay. What's going on? What's going
Can you run these games on it?
on? You know,
Did you attempt it?
I didn't attempt it because I could have sworn if it runs on ROG, it probably runs on this too. And
Okay.
given the resolution, it probably fits like just fine with that too.
Okay. No, so you didn't attempt it.
I didn't attempt that yet.
Okay. Okay. How
And
about
it's kind of weird
legendary
because
stuff?
yeah, because like I feel like if I wanted to boot those games up, I would actually really want to go in and play them, but obviously I'm not quite there yet in the
Mhm.
catalog. So I haven't really committed towards it, even though I do have
Well,
them in the library.
I only mention it because some of the games are unverified, and so that's why I'm like really, that's like I want that to be that's my use machine. Like
Yeah.
until the Switch gets them all, or whatever the next console is, the
Hmm.
Super Nintendo Switch. Yeah, I need.
Yeah, it's tough because obviously they have their verification like set up for a certain game, but some other games haven't really been tested. So it's really kind of one of those things where if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then you don't really know exactly which ones for sure.
You know what's crazy? They apparently with this Half Life. Apparently also just to mention it, Half
Hmm.
Life. Not only did they give it away for free, they put a new 25th anniversary update to the
Hmm.
game. Like they actually went in and patched things and kind of have it like running on modern platforms and modern hardware for years to come.
Hmm.
They also finally made it verified. It wasn't verified.
Oh,
their own,
really? For the longest
their
time.
own Half Life wasn't verified for Steam Deck until now.
Hmm.
That's really funny.
So yeah. So if you're getting the Steam Deck, it can be kind of tough because you want to make sure that the games can run just fine like on that platform, but you won't really know until you kind of try it out for some of them. And honestly, like when I was playing through the Trails games, like Trails in the Sky, like FC, SC, and probably the third, they'll probably work. Well, actually, the third actually is verified, but the other two, not so much. But turns out, yeah, they can play just fine. So
I think it's just because they haven't got to check it yet. Like
right,
it's like one by one, and then it's either playable, not playable, or verified.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, right now I can safely say that yeah, it's super cool as like a handheld for sure. You should definitely. I mean, I haven't really been able to test out like the track pads, but they have like this little bit of haptic feedback to it. It's
Oh,
actually really,
okay.
really, really cool.
Is that used for like say games that require a mouse?
Probably, I would say.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes
So a
sense.
lot of my games don't typically like require that, but I'm pretty sure
Oh,
if you,
so
hmm,
so you can play like old school point and click like PC games with that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
That's actually kind of sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
I'm looking at you, Maniac Mansion. I'm trying to play you. Whoa, dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Okay. So I got this last thing. It came in like yesterday, and I
Okay.
was I was playing it, and I was like, "Yo, this is so sick." So I'm not sure if you're familiar with analog.
Oh my god, you don't
Mm,
even have to tell me.
what do
I
we
already
have
know what this
here?
is.
It's the analog pocket,
Oh my, I'm so jealous for that one. I'm not even kidding.
dude. It's so sick. I just
I'm
I
not even kidding.
I just popped in like respective Game Boy to Game Boy Advance. I think Game Boy looks a little bit better because it just fills the screen, but it's such a clean image, and the
Oh my
fact it's the fact that you can go into settings and just change visual like styles, different filters and whatnot, get like a classic feel to it, or like their like cleaner version, or at least their version.
Mhm.
Uh, it's super
I
cool.
I really want one of those so bad. Like just to play my retro like Game Boy, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance games. Do they still have the adapters up as well?
Uh, good question. Last time I checked, not really.
Oh my god.
I'll have to like
Because
double check it again.
that was the biggest selling point for me was the
Mm.
adapters. Because it's not just that I could play the Game Boy line of games, it's also being able to play Game Gear, Atari Lynx, Neo Geo Pocket Color was the big one for me. I was like, no
Oh,
way.
yeah, okay.
I was like, no way. You can just pop those carts in with the adapter and then boom, you can play.
Yeah, yeah. The fact that you have like multiple platforms you can play on it potentially, and like from the get go, it looks like you can do Game Boy, Game Boy Advance. I think Game Gear as well. Um, and
Game
then
Gear requires the adapter, I think.
yeah, okay.
I think
Um,
so. I'm not sure.
yeah. But otherwise, like all it needs is just adapters. Like that. That's crazy. I love that.
Because there's that, and they sell the dock, right? Like there's a
Yeah,
dock for it.
I did
So
order a dock. Yeah.
my thing was like I wanted to get one and the dock so that I was able to stream those games on like Twitch and stuff, like and make
Yeah,
content with
yeah.
them.
Yeah, because that's like honestly like the coolest thing, getting like the cleanest like image possible, just using
Exactly.
this. And of course, there's other means you can get around it, like as far as I guess Game Boy and Game Boy Advance evolved that could just require like other things like the Game Boy player with like an HDMI like adapter with that one. But yeah, this will just give you a cleaner signal for that. So
I'm kind of jelly about that one for sure.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
I
kind of jelly for both the Steam Deck and that, but I'm very jelly about that one.
yeah, I want to bring this over, pop in a couple cartridges, and just take a look.
Oh yeah, I do have a couple cartridges for sure. I want to see what they
Mm.
look like.
Man, dude, it's just like ooh, ooh.
I want to play Kirby's Tilt and Tumble. You know what I mean?
Oh
Like the motion.
yeah, yeah, that'd be
You know,
cool to test
I
out.
have the cart. I have the cart. I'm ready to try it.
Yeah, and all the gyro for that game is just in the cart, right?
It's in the cart. It's in the
That's
cart. It's
so
actually at the
wild.
very tip top. So you just
Oh, okay.
I also have a Game Boy camera. I would like to see if that
Oh
works.
my
I don't know.
god.
I don't know. I haven't looked it up, but that sounds hilarious.
Yeah, 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 for sure. Let's do that.
And I have another question for the Pocket Analog. Is
Oh,
there link cable support?
uh, actually, here, I'll just. Uh,
Oh, it comes with one? Oh, that's pretty sick if it does.
maybe not the cable itself, but the fact is that you see like a little
Oh,
guy right here.
it uses the OG one. That's cool.
That's sick. I was
Well, it
like,
uses Game Boy Advance. It uses
yeah,
Game Boy
yeah.
Advance link cable, but that's still excellent, especially for multiplayer games. Oh my god, dude, that's cool. And Pokemon, obviously, but
Yeah.
I digress.
Hmm. Yeah, but something like this just got me into like, oh, maybe like next time we could do a retro gaming expo, then I'll definitely be like personally looking at the cards myself.
That's cool. I mean, you literally just bought a console that now you could play three different like platforms on.
Yeah.
There you go.
So really
Yeah,
sick.
I wanted to really invest into like analog stuff, but man, they get expensive and they get a lot. Like analog ST for like the for Super Nintendo, I really wanted that. I really wanted their Mega ST for the Genesis slash Mega Drive stuff. I especially wanted their NES one. That one's been gone. That's you ain't getting one of those. That one kills me because it plays Famicom and NES games. And it's like I don't have a way to play. Like NES is one console I'm struggling with trying to get in HD. I don't have any way to do it in HD.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So yeah, how can I wear this? I'm a fraud.
Oh no.
I'm a fraud.
Hey, listen, it can get difficult when you want to go into the retro like scene, and if you want a way to like share everything, it's kind of difficult. But folks like from analog and possibly like further out there, they are making it accessible for a lot of people. So
Did you? So you keep up with analog news then, right? Because you know what's coming out next year.
yeah, it's only for
Oh
this.
my
It's the
god.
analog 3D. They're
Oh my god.
64. So I'm like,
I don't.
that
I
sounds
don't.
so sick.
I might because N64 is my favorite console. Well, Switch is my favorite console of all time. N64 was before the Switch. I I am like I'm this close to pulling the trigger. I'm not sure yet. I really don't want to spend that kind of money, but at the same time, getting the cleanest, like one of the cleanest ways to play N64 games, because it's like it's a collection I'm never gonna get rid of, even if I sell all of most of my games. Like it's N64 means so much to me. I don't know. It's hurting me.
Honestly, if they did something for GameCube like further down the line, I don't think. Yeah,
Oh,
I mean, granted, I don't kind of need that because I have all the appropriate equipment for it. But I mean,
well, once analog starts getting into the disc-based stuff, oh my god,
oh, it's over.
it's game. It's over. Oh, I missed out on getting their turbo line of stuff. I'm so
Hmm.
upset at myself because then I would have had an actual way to get TurboGrafx games because it has the CD component and it has the chips, so you could play both.
Oh, that's sick.
East in HD.
Oh no.
uh
Oh man, dude.
Analog's cool. I like them. I wish they would they're a little iffy on certain things here and there, but
Hmm.
overall, it's good. It's good that more retro gamers are out here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they've been releasing like different like types of like or variants of their analog pockets so far. So even though you missed out like on their OG like black and white ones, some of their transparent stuff that they released, but the more recent one this came from as the silver model, they had like different color schemes for that one. I just wanted to go with like something that was pretty neutral that would be like really cool to look at for any game you play. But yeah, no, otherwise, those were pretty tempting too. They'll probably
Mm-hmm.
release more too, so just keep an eye out for that.
Um, I know of the one news like thing I wanted to cover this week, but I don't know if there's anything else.
Well, I was hoping we would just probably talk about like how our weeks have been as far as like
Yeah,
yeah. So,
it's been good. I mean, I've just been playing more RPG. I really haven't been playing anything else.
gotcha. Nothing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess like because
I played Mario Wonder a little bit with my family. That was fun.
oh
A little
okay.
bit.
How did was that their first time like kind of engaging with that one?
Yeah. I whenever my goddaughter comes through, she's the older one, so she's able to at least learn a little bit.
Okay,
My
okay.
the younger one, he knows, but he like just kind of looks at visuals and goes, "Wow, that's pretty," and I'm like, "All right."
I
But
could.
but but my goddaughter's at least learning a little bit, and
Oh,
so
I see.
she really likes Mario and Sonic. So all right, already good.
That's good. That's
Um,
good. That's good.
so every time they come over, I like, for instance, last year when she was 2, I had just gotten the Genesis Mini 2.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was able to just plug that in and we were just playing Sonic and we were playing Genesis games and like that.
It's pretty convenient.
And then I really told myself, what am I doing? I'm a Nintendo fan. I can't be giving her Sega stuff. So I started kind of leaning towards like showing off Mario and Zelda and all that stuff.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So she's really like down with Mario. She was just so cool watching Mario RPG. Like she was into it.
That's great to hear.
So I don't think she know how to play it, obviously, but because that's a little bit more complicated for her. But I did hand her a Super Nintendo controller, so we played Mario Wonder
Mm.
because you can play that game fully with the Super Pad. You don't. There's nothing wrong with just playing with it.
Okay.
And she was able to beat 2 levels on her own with me, obviously, but she was able to beat 2 levels. It was
Nice.
fun.
Nice. I've been trying to like dig into Mario Wonder a little bit more here and there. Yeah, I guess I never really even told you like my impressions of it. Honestly, I've been playing it like here and there, but the times I've been playing them, I've been trying to play them in like hour sessions.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm also trying to like 100% it for like content reasons. Uh I it was the first world. I did not expect there to be that many levels in that first world. Albeit a
World
lot of them
One.
don't a lot of them don't even need to be like played just to clear through world one, but I just did it anyway for
No.
its completion's sakes. And that was a lot. And the fact is that there was a lot of secrets here and there that lead you all the way to the special world immediately. I'm like, what the
Yep. Yep. They're smart though. You're not allowed to open the special world without at least beating the levels to get
Yeah,
to the
yeah.
semifinal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wasn't expecting there to be that many levels. When I was told, oh, there's only 6 worlds in the game, I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's kind of weird considering Mario games usually have
Have
8.
8.
Um, Technically, that's a lie because Petal Isles doesn't count as a world. So
Mm.
Petal Isles is World 7 technically, and then Special World is World 8 technically.
Mm-hmm.
So there is 8 worlds. It's
Just not given a number per se.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah, no.
But World 1, like I think it's like 36 Wonder Seeds just to get there. I'm
Yeah,
like,
like
damn.
30, yeah, about like
Yeah,
36,
it's a
33.
lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. And you know, there's a couple sneaky ones that you don't really get to see on the markers, so or at least like as a preview to the stage. So I was like, nah, they're getting us there.
Oh, I was having a hard time with the second level because I thought I'd beat it. I thought I got the Wonder Seed for the singing piranha plants. I was beat the level and I was good. And then when I was looking through I noticed that how you check the completion is like the check mark.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
noticed that level didn't have one. And I was like, are you telling me there's another Wonder Seed in there? And I was like, how do I even do that?
Mm.
Foreground. The foreground is an area you can go to. You have to find the specific pipe. And I'm like, are you kidding me?
Mm.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and the reason I was even wanting to make this to a video series in the first place was actually me getting stuck on one of those levels where I didn't know exactly where to find like the second middle coin, and you had to push like one of the pipes like on the
Oh my
side and go into the one that actually links down below into the poison bog. And I was like,
dude.
oh, got you.
It wasn't until Lord Nookington on one of my streams I was having such a hard time with a search party, like a search level,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, dude, I cannot find this stupid coin. I've tried multiple times. I want to beat this level already, and he was just like, "Did you forget you can push pipes?" And I was like, "Yeah, yeah, no, I forgot that. I forgot that was a mechanic. Yep, because you rarely use it, but when you do, it's for things like that." I
Yeah,
got it. You had to push the pipe, and I was like,
yeah. I had a similar situation where I was like having problems finding the one when you actually like take one of the wonder seeds, and because it makes you like stretchy long, and you have to like duck in order to
"Oh
pull
my
items in,
god."
and I forgot about that for a little bit. And that's how you reveal one of the coins. So I was like, ah, okay,
Yep.
that makes sense. So I like it. I like the fact that like it's not exactly straightforward in the completion process at the very least.
Yeah.
But it's pretty tricky when it comes to like getting like the flags or unlocking like an extra little seed or a different like clearing area for sure. It's interesting in that regard, but I think it's really engaging in that, and also tight controls. It's just really good so far.
It's good. That
Mm-hmm.
makes me happy. I love that game. It's very good.
Some other things that happened like this past week, after getting that Steam Deck on Tuesday, I remember I wanted to do a stream on that, like playing the Trails game as well. But I remember that my PC had crashed like while I was editing, and I resolved that like Thanksgiving morning. It turns out it just had a lot of dust in it, so I
I
was
should
able to.
dust mine out too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sometimes you kind of forget like over the years. So yeah, be sure to dust it off if it slows down, or more importantly, if it just kind of shuts off on you just randomly. So definitely did that. Thanksgiving was nice. We kind of had like an Asian, more like Asian Thanksgiving lunch and then dinner. We had like this wonton noodle soup for lunch, and then we had spring rolls like for dinner, and then which was really nice. We hung out at like my cousin's like new house. She recently got engaged, so they finally got a house together. And I was like, "This is sick. This is a really nice house."
Nice.
And I was able to visit them again for like the following morning, Black Friday morning, for breakfast. But more traditional like American breakfast. So that was nice. And
Yeah, Thanksgiving. I had two Thanksgivings to go to because I usually go
ooh,
to my wife's mother's side of the family.
mm-hmm.
They're a big family. I'm talking like there was this year was about 45 of us,
Oh
46 of
my
us there.
god! Oh
There's
my
usually more.
god!
A lot of people were missing this year.
Woo.
There's usually at least 60 of us in that area or in that house.
Holy,
She comes from a very big family. So like
that's insane.
her mother is kid number 6 out of 10. So it's like,
Oh.
yeah, so it's a big family. We go there. We go there for they do it during the middle of the day. So
Oh.
we ate it like around 3. So
Mm-hmm.
that was cool. We got a Thanksgiving dinner there. I brought a pie.
Nice, nice.
And then after that, I went to my parents because my parents eat at like 6, 7 for Thanksgiving dinner. So then we went there. And
Mm-hmm.
my parents don't usually make it a big thing. It's really just my immediate family and my sister.
Yeah,
So that's about it.
that's
And
cool.
that was fun. Yeah, that was cool. Normal Thanksgiving dinners. I think the thing is my sister makes some fantastic mashed potatoes. My
Ooh.
God damn. She basically my sister cooked this year, like all of it, most for the most part.
Mm,
So yeah, this is her first time doing everything. So
that's cool.
it was good. It was very good. We got that. I make pumpkin pie every year. I do have one for later today. It is in the fridge sitting. Um,
Mm,
yeah. No, basically we just hung out and then really my in-laws were here since Wednesday and so was my brother-in-law. We were just chilling. Yesterday we literally just chilled at home all day.
cool.
My dad came over and we were all just hanging out. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
just kind of
They left
spend
this
time.
morning and
Oh, okay.
yeah. Yeah, well, it's just been relaxed. Like I'm just trying to chill, from all this work. Just sit, do nothing, drink with my family, play games, just do the normal things.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And that's what I did.
How much are you expecting, like, for Friendsgiving in the evening?
How
As
many
far as, I
people?
guess, yeah, folks.
Head count, at least 16, maybe
Oh
17.
wow. Okay. All right. All right.
Yeah, pretty big turnout. We'll see.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah. Usually it's a big turnout. It's usually always a big turnout for Friendsgiving.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, I stopped today and I'm gonna just take tomorrow to just chill and probably finally play through Spider-Man 2 tomorrow.
Nice. Nice.
Yep. I need to finish that game. That's
Gotcha.
the next big focus is just Spider-Man 2. I know I had to stop because of Mario RPG, but I'm done. Well, I'm gonna finish post game, but that shouldn't take long.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I think, yeah, I think that's everything. Honestly, yeah, it was. I honestly, this has been a really relaxed Thanksgiving for me, and I'm just glad that
Yeah.
even though I didn't really play a lot like of games versus I guess last year where I was probably playing through God of War like pretty intensively. Um,
Well, I mean, it kind of came out the same month. Yeah.
yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm still in the middle of the grind.
I I remember that. I couldn't play God of War because I had my goddaughter and godson here, and I didn't want to. I was like, maybe not God of War. I like she probably won't remember it, but I don't want to risk that.
Brox walks in the game like, ah, nope, that's enough. Good pause, good
Like
save.
I'm not like a person who's like, oh, you're like maybe what 10, you shouldn't be playing this. I'm not like that. I think is as long as you understand what you're looking
The
at,
circumstances and
yeah, the
everything.
circumstances and the consequences of what's going on here,
Mm-hmm.
you're okay. You should be learning, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if you're a kid, like super young, I think, oof,
Yeah, not quite the
maybe that's
exposure I
not the
want
right
you.
game. Yeah, Not yet. We'll get there.
Have you guys just play Sonic R?
Yeah. Well, I want to play good games. I don't know about Sonic
Okay,
R.
okay. I was yeah.
Everybody. Um.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen, it's a good branching off point where it's like, oh, you like the music from like this like Sonic game? Have you heard of Michael Jackson?
Hey, there you go. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I showed her. We were playing Rock Band for a little bit. It was pretty funny.
Oh, cool.
She didn't understand it. It's music, obviously, so she was just like, "Oh," and I was like, "Well, it's a game." But yeah, I digress. We
Yeah,
tried.
yeah. Just give it some time. They'll get it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. There's only really one news I wanted to cover this week.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah.
NSO news because that's big.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, that was kind of a shock. I was kind of surprised. So last time we talked about NSO, I think there's only one N64 game left for this year, quote unquote, right? What was it? 1080 degree snowboarding is the one game left.
Oh, yeah, the one that we haven't really gotten.
Yeah, like I was like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird, but hey, you know what? You do you, Nintendo. I'm just whatever. Um, I learned that I guess Japan didn't get GoldenEye when we got it, and I was like, well, that's kind of weird.
That's weird, but at least they got it now, I suppose.
No, well, they got it now, but Nintendo Japan put up a post way earlier than us that they were getting GoldenEye 007 and Jet Force Gemini, which is another rare title. And I was like, wait a minute, we don't have Jet Force Gemini. What the? That's an Xbox game. That's not. No, not anymore. And then right after Nintendo of America had to post, they're like, hey, next month we're getting Jet Force Gemini added to the N64 library. And I was like, holy crap. Listen, Jet Force Gemini is actually really good. It's a really fun N64 game. I own the cart. Fun. I really love that game. It's also really good on Rare Replay because of modern controls.
Oh, okay.
So, and widescreen support and everything, all the bells and whistles. It's a really good game. Music's outstanding. It's got like this really cool sci-fi feel. Like it's really good. Here's the problem though. It's not that's a big news. That's big news that we're getting Jet Force Gemini, right? That kind of opens the floodgate for more rare titles now. Because I used to be in the camp that, hey, look, Banjo-Kazooie was there because they're in Smash. Plain and simple, right? We probably weren't getting anything more than that. GoldenEye was this big thing that had to work between Xbox, Nintendo, and MGM Studios. So really, like that was a miracle. Like that's cool, but I don't think we were gonna get any more rare games, right? Like there was, if we were, it would be in the Nintendo ones like Donkey Kong 64 and maybe Diddy Kong Racing. Okay, well, if we're getting Jet Force Gemini, that game was not published by Nintendo back in the day. That is a rare title. I kind of think we're just opening the floodgates now, and I think any rare title is open to possibility, unless it's rated M, because they don't update with rated M games, right?
Right.
Okay. We're getting to the big part because this is big news. So that would mean like I'm down to get games like Blast Corps, Killer Instinct Gold,
oh hell yeah,
Banjo-Tooie would be a really good one to get. So those are now more probable because we're getting more rare games. I was like, cool, keep them coming. Well, in Japan, if you didn't know, GoldenEye 007 is actually rated M for them. It's not rated T like ours is, because over there they have a little bit more stricter policies when it comes to violence. So both Jet Force Gemini and GoldenEye 007 are rated Z, I think is what it is over there. Yeah, it's the equivalent of M for us.
Oh, okay.
So Nintendo's actually making a new NSO app specifically for those games in Japan. It'll be called the Nintendo 64 for Nintendo Switch Online 18 Plus. And I think that way you can flag, like if you have parental controls on, you can flag that app for kids not to go into it.
Huh. Okay.
That way it doesn't necessarily screw with the original app that's already just rated T. That also means if we ever get that app, that you just opened the floodgates. That's it. We can actually get Perfect Dark, Conquer's Bad Fur Day, the Turok games, maybe the Quake ports, whatever. But you can. We have there is now an option to get those games. It's not just it's become a possibility. It went from like 5% to like at least 50% now that we might be able to get some of the more mature N64 games, because really N64 was the era where we started getting more mature kind of games. I mean, there was already Mortal Kombat on like Super Nintendo and Doom, but N64 really was heavy on rated M games like the Turok trilogy and Rage Wars. Conquer's Bad Fur Day is like the granddaddy of them. Perfect Dark is just a more mature GoldenEye. So I think that'd be cool. I think if they actually bring over that app, right, the 18 plus app for us, that's one, a good way to get for us to let us have the more adult games, and two, just dude, can you imagine playing Conker's Bad Fur Day on your Switch? That's so wild.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it at this point. But I
Like
mean,
that
hey,
is
if they can maintain that relationship and still be able to like support like those games that may be of a higher mature rating, then I think anyone wins on that one.
yeah. It's really cool, and I'm really excited to see N64 games going forward now, because we don't know anything past 1080 degree snowboarding, and I guess now Jet Force Gemini. We don't know. We're going into 2024 blind when it comes to NSO. Like in general, there's no lineup. I think Game Boy Advance still only has Golden Sun and F-Zero Maximum Velocity left. And Nintendo promised 1080 degree snowboarding was coming before the end of 2023. So are we getting both Jet Force and 1080 at the same time? Or maybe next week is when we get 1080, and then at the end of December we get Jet Force? It really, time will tell. But I the whole point is that there's an 18 plus app, and that's big. That's big news, especially if these, especially excuse me, if the Super Nintendo Switch is going to be backwards compatible, and we get these games to continue forward. That's big. We get to keep these games still going forward, and we just accumulate a big old library. And that's really like the best case scenario. I want that. I would be so down to try out Conker's Bad Fur Day 4-player online, or Perfect Dark multiplayer is better than GoldenEye. I said it. Don't at me.
All right.
It's got I like the maps and the guns better in Perfect Dark, but that's
No,
I understand.
yeah.
I understand why GoldenEye is the one that everybody covets. I get it.
Yeah, no.
It would just be really cool to have those on the go.
Ibrahim, I know you just kind of went on kind of a rant on like some more gotcha games showing up on Nintendo. Can you kind of elaborate more on that? I thought it was something in line with like what Phil was saying, but I was like, I'm pretty sure what he just mentioned previously weren't actually gotcha games. So
No, I was like, it's all NSO, and Nintendo has never
oh,
made a gotcha game unless it's mobile.
unless it's mobile, yeah.
Yeah, unless then your Fire Emblem Heroes, or your Mario Kart Tour, or your
oh yeah,
what's
that's
the other one? Dragalia Lost, or
yeah.
your
Well, actually, it's no, it's not gotcha. Unite's not gotcha.
No, Unite's not gotcha. Well,
not really. I mean, obviously you can pay for
that's
certain
MOBA.
things.
That's a MOBA.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not
mobile.
gotcha.
Yeah. But unfortunately, Dragalia lost his like ended his service. So out of the original stuff, like Fire Emblem, like Heroes, still kind of remains.
Yep. So yeah, no, NSO's looking good. Is essentially what I want to say. Like I'm excited. I think on the 30th it comes out. I do have the Japanese. I have access to the Japanese apps. I'm going to download the 18 plus one. Check it out myself. I will be talking about it probably next time, and I'll see what it looks like. That means I get to play Jet Force or Jet Force. Is it Jet Force Gemini?
Yeah.
I get to play Jet Force Gemini before we get it in America, so that's cool. I also want to point out that Japan has Harvest Moon 64.
Oh yeah, I think yeah.
I'm sure we'll get that eventually. Because that game did come out in the States. and that's the best Harvest Moon game. Period. So
Was that
that's
the same?
man.
Was that the same case with Custom Robo, or Custom Robo for us was just GameCube and onwards?
No, Custom Robo is just GameCube for us and onward. We never got the original 64 games. I mean, Japan has them on Switch. If you really want to try them, I have them on my Switch because
Right, right.
I have the Japanese app. But
You just wouldn't
yeah,
understand other certain prompts.
you can get through playing the battles, but the problem is it's the overworld stuff. You can't. You're not. It's going to be hard to navigate.
Yeah, okay. I see.
The actual battles make sense. It's just Custom Robo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But okay.
I believe that's the only Japanese exclusive games they have. Harvest Moon 64 they have, but again, that game sounds like a possibility to come over.
Mm.
You know, because the thing is, everybody assumes that the N64 library isn't big enough to put on this library or on this app, and you're kind of right. Right, at some point they're gonna have to stop because there isn't much. But now, you know, with Rare being like real friendly with us with Nintendo, you know, all the Rare games can come over. Super Smash Brothers still yet to come over. Mischief Makers is by Treasure, but that's actually it's actually published by Nintendo in the States. That can come over. And they already did Sin and Punishment. That's another Treasure / Nintendo project, so that's good.
Mm-hmm.
We can get Japanese only games that are friendly to us. I'm trying to think of one, but trying to think of one. But they've been doing that with the NES and Super Nintendo, so I'm trying to remember if there's anything else like we can get on here. Oh yeah, Konami can start putting their games on here, please. Like, you own Hudson. Give me Bomberman 64 and Bomberman Hero already. I promise you I will shut up forever if you just do that. I promise. I would love to play Bomberman 64 online with everybody. That sounds amazing. That's all I have to say on that. Give me Bomberman.
Surrender.
Do it. Do it.
Did you ever get I forget Bomberman R2?
No, I didn't. I haven't gotten it yet. I need
Okay.
to. I need to. It's sort of the Bomberman collection, you know?
Gotcha. I could swear that was on sale, and I think it probably
It
still is.
was. It probably is. I need to hopefully have the money for it because I need it.
Mm.
I mean, it's just more Bomberman R. It's Super Bomberman, so it's more of the grid-based original, which is fine. I love Bomberman original. But yeah, I need to pick those up.
Yeah, okay.
I want to import Super Bomberman 3, 4, and 5, actually.
Oh, really? Import those?
They're Super Famicom games. They never came to the States. We only got 1 and 2. But they're
Oh.
totally English friendly. Like, they're Bomberman.
Huh. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It gets kind of weird with like some of the history of some of these games as far as like where they've been like released here and there. I mean, granted, you still see a little bit of that here and there, like a la, I guess, if anything, for an example, like physical games getting something like in like Japan versus other. Oh, that reminds me. Play Asia orders. I remember I did that too.
Oh yeah.
I don't have them on me. They're just probably sent out, and I don't know when to expect them. But what was
What'd you
it?
get?
I got the Dusk trilogy for Atelier.
Nice.
I got the Pixel remaster. I wanted to make sure I got that.
Boy, you already know that's the good one.
I'm trying to remember the other ones because this was kind of like it's kind of a high price for this. I was like, oh geez, dude.
Hey, but you know what? It's kind of cool getting these like physically because they were never gonna come to us anyways.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, was it just those 3?
And plus, I actually love the physical copy of the Pixel remasters more than the American one because it actually has inside art.
Mm.
Yeah, the American one doesn't. It's just blank. Like, that's boring.
Yeah.
That's so boring.
Oh yeah, I got Chrono Cross and then pre-ordered Sea of Stars.
Nice. Yeah, I need Chrono Cross in my collection. I need that. I have the other PS1 remasters like Final Fantasy 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
But I need Chrono Cross. that's a dead given.
But yeah, that was just my play thing. Yeah, so it's just weird that like these days as well, you still see a little bit of disparity between like how games are accessible like in other countries. In this case, it's physical versus digital only. But yeah, we still see that. But For these particular ones where it's like a whole series is cut off, I mean, I guess you can see that in more recent examples. I guess quote unquote recent would probably be like, I would probably say Yokai Watch, for example. That's probably something where it's
Mm,
like, yeah,
yeah,
we're not getting that.
no, Yokai Watch 4 is on Switch. It's been on Switch
Yeah,
since like I think the beginning of the Switch's life. It never came over. I mean, the Yokai Watch games never did good, so that's the problem.
yeah, and I think that ultimately decides that. But yeah, but I think that's everything.
I think so. Yeah, just I'm excited to play more N64 games. Honestly, if I can get it to where I don't have to always pull out my cartridges for the most part, like for the main games, right? Obviously, for content creating and specific things, I'm gonna have to pull those out.
mhm.
But if I can get it to where like all of the my favorite multiplayer games are on Switch and we just pop that in, I'm solid. I'm golden. That's all I
Yeah,
need. I just need Smash. Please give me Smash.
that's true. We haven't gotten that yet. They might save that for. Well, I mean, obviously we're at the near the end of like
They're
Switch's
gonna
life. Yeah,
they're gonna
so
save that for a rainy day. They're gonna save that for a rainy day.
oh yeah, that's true.
Well, Smash 64 has never been. Well, it's only been re-released once on the Wii Virtual
Yeah,
Console,
Wii Virtual Console. Yeah.
and that version's cool. It has GameCube support out the gate, so like
Oh really? Oh, that's sick.
you literally just pop in your GameCube controller and it's mapped out like Melee.
Oh, that's sick.
It's really cool. That's actually how I play it nowadays, but still, like, give it to me on Switch. I have the 64 controllers ready to go for Smash. Come on, come on,
Right.
just do it, do it.
Do it. But all right, I guess that's it. We'll go ahead and wrap it up here. Guys, appreciate everyone for tuning in for this episode of DangIT Podcast. It's been episode 482. My name is Justin.
And I'm Philip.
And thanks for watching, everybody. Hashtag bye, everyone.
Avid sucks.
That too.